Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I got another home launch golf video for today. Today what we're going to actually be doing is we're going to jump into course play. We're going to play a few holes at Innisbrook, the course that basically hosted the Valspar Championship this year. What we'll do is we'll probably play like a par 3, a par 4, and a par 5. And then as I start each hole, we're going to do like a comparative flyover. So you're going to see a flyover from this software, the SkyTrak course play. We're going to pair that and match that up against basically the same course in GSPro. So that way you can kind of get a good accurate representation of what the graphics really look like in the SkyTrak software versus what you are getting currently right now like in GSPro. Alright, so let's go ahead and launch in and load up the software. We're going to click on course play, and then we're going to go over here and select Innisbrook Golf Club Copperhead in Palm Harbor, Florida. We're not going to do 18, we are going to do custom here, so I think we're going to do 3, and then 13 and 14. That gives us a par 4, a par 3, and a par 5. And then for our settings today, stroke play, concede scores, double bogey. We've got auto putt on now. Let's do putt it out, but putting is kind of like hit or miss in this software. And then we're going to turn this up to 10-foot gimmies just to kind of take the pain out of this putting a little bit. I do want to show you some putting in the course, but it needs a lot of work, and we'll kind of show you that as we go through the demo today. We'll pin position, we'll leave it medium, and then we'll leave the wind off. Alright, and then we are going to play from the back tees, so we'll be at the tips, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so right off the bat here, we're starting with the par 4, number 3. I will say, if you kind of notice, it auto aims you. It lines me up into the water over here, so I kind of obviously want to change that, move that to the fairway. I have noticed one thing though, like it doesn't recenter the map in the mini map view whenever you move your target or your aim line. So I really wish maybe that's something they can address in an update. Because if I move it over here and then recollapse it, then you almost can't see your aim point and what's to the left of your aim point. So it'd be great if they could just rezoom this to the middle of the actual mini map. All right, so we're gonna try to hit driver off the tee box. I've probably honestly taken about 10 practice swings with the old lob wedge to loosen up today. So this might not go very well, but so let's see if we can get up here and hit a good driver off this first tee box. I was a little out on the toe. Hopefully it doesn't get wet though. Oh yeah, should work out just fine. All right, let's take a quick peek at the green view here. I do think this is a neat feature. You can look at the grid. You can zoom in and out with the slider over here on the right-hand side. The only one thing that I found that I don't really necessarily like is the fact that I can't choose my aim point when in this view. So we have to kind of close out of this view, go all the way back to our location, and then we can enlarge the mini map, but that still really doesn't give me a whole lot of detail. So that's another thing I wish that maybe they could possibly address in a future update. Just give us an ability to actually set our aim point when we're zoomed into the green view. Got 168 left, not really loose just yet, so I'm gonna try to hit just a nice smooth 7-iron and see if we can't get something kind of close here. It's gonna be left. Yeah, kind of caught that on the toe, and that was a little bit fat. And car path. Alright, now what I've noticed so far in the course play is that the terrain really doesn't matter. There's no terrain penalties. Doesn't seem to be any kind of slope calculation or slope penalty either. So this really just kind of plays like wherever you're at on the course, you're kind of pretty much hitting from a fairway lie. And then the other thing I've kind of noticed in my previous video demo of hole 7 at Pebble Beach is the elevation doesn't seem to factor into the calculation as far as the distance. So you kind of have to play everything to the actual yardage that it says and kind of ignore the elevation. All right, so 32 yards left. Try to hit this probably with maybe like a 25-yard feel or so. All right, looks like we had our first no read. Try that again. Carried it a little bit further than I wanted to, but at least we got a chance for par here. All right, and then what I've kind of seen in previous course play video is basically the greens seem to roll really, really slow. Like, honestly, it might be like a 7 or even a 6 kind of stimp. You really have to blast them. And then you get some kind of funky read sometimes to where you can hit it pretty hard, and then it actually only rolls out a couple of feet in the software. So I think they've got a lot of problems still to work out with the actual putting in the game. All right, so we got 15 feet left. I feel like the greens do roll maybe a little bit slower than what I'm used to in GSPro. So it's a right to left break. I am just going to putt it to the right here in the sim. I'm not going to actually aim in the software, and then hopefully we can kind of get this close. You know, it wasn't terrible. Speed was closer than what I've seen before, I would say. But that's going to auto one complete, and we're going to end up with a bogey here on the first hole. All right, so hole number 2 in the demo today is going to be hole 13, which is a par 3 over water. We are 1 over currently. Come to the par 3 13th. We've got 185 yards to this pin. Not a lot of green to work with. Going to try to hit a 6-iron and just kind of carry it over this water here, and hopefully we can get it on the green. Felt like pretty solid contact. Going a little left on me. And we're a little bit far. In the bunker. All right, again, pretty much no terrain penalties out of the bunker, the sand here. So we're just going to try to play this to the 38 feet. It does look like it's kind of rolling downhill from us. So maybe try to get this out and land it around 25, 26 feet if we can. I think I hit that a little bit further, but definitely take the result, you know. Basically one hop, just dunked it for a birdie here on hole number 2 of our demo. All right, so that brings us back to even par for the demo. After 2 holes, we're headed to the long par 5, number 14 here at Innisbrook. This is going to basically be a 3-shot hole, so just hit something solid, and hopefully we can keep her in the fairway. Kind of hit that low on the face. Get out of the trees. And just dead solid in the tree. All right, so we knew this long par 5 was going to be a 3-shot hole to get to the green anyway. Didn't want to be in this poor position off the tee box, but going to try to just hit an 8-iron, maybe draw it a little bit, get it up over these trees, and maybe just put it back out in the fairway to give us a chance on the next one. Now, it's not drawing, but... All right, so I feel like that one went a little bit further than I anticipated. So we missed the fairway, so we're still in trouble here. 200 yards left. I'm going to try to hit a little bit of a fade with a 5-iron and see if we can't just put this somewhere on the green. That's a little fat. And it's not fading either. Looks like we're going to get lucky and get on the green, though. So, said it was going to be 3 shots to get to the green. It took us 3 shots to get on the green. Not the best effort, but at least we've got a chance to make a birdie putt maybe here. All right, so I've got a long birdie putt here. Looks like it's going to be right to left, break, up the hill quite a bit, 16 inches. It is pretty long. Probably going to have to crush this thing. That's one thing I don't like about the SkyTrak devices in general, is because instead of the other photometric devices, like my GC2 or a GC3 or quad, or even the iMini, or they give you a large range so that you can kind of at least maybe have a putting area dedicated on your mat or your space to be able to putt off, like I do kind of with my black mat there when I'm playing with my GC2. but with both SkyTrak devices, they want you to put it where the red dot is, and that's always going to be pretty much in the same location, unfortunately, as where you're hitting from. So I've kind of got like a little bit of a wear pattern for my clubs because I hit from there all the time. So this isn't really a great experience, honestly, for putting. All right, see if we can maybe make this, or at least get it in the gimme circle and get out of here with a par. Yeah, these greens just play uber slow. Like I had a ball speed of basically 11 miles an hour there. And I feel like typically in GSPro, just in a standard course, you know, that's probably a 45, 50 foot putt. All right, so we got a long par putt here, 22 feet, a little up the hill. I'm just gonna aim it in the sim and put it out to the right for the break. And hopefully I hit it hard enough. All right, we see I had 8-mile-an-hour ball speed on that, so we know we should have got more than just a couple of feet. I mean, that thing literally went just barely over 4 feet. And that's just, there's something buggy in this system with putting in general. So my advice would be, if you are playing course play, if you haven't figured this out already, save yourself from frustration and just leave auto putt on and don't even mess with this. All right, let's see if we can just get something close. All right, that one traveled almost 16 feet and had 9-mile-per-hour ball speed. Never know what you're going to get, it seems like, here on the green. So unfortunately, that's going to leave us with double bogey here on the last hole. So we finished with 2 over. All right, so that's going to do it for our demo today. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to give the video a like. And then if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that. Helps the channel out. Kind of the takeaways from this is it's just... I feel like, you know, GSPro still graphically, it looks better. It's ahead of this software. We have to remember that this is the first version of this software. Just like with other things we've seen in the past, especially with the MLM2 Pro, with the Garmin R10, with other launches, they have hiccups, they have bugs at initial launch. So hopefully we just see a really quick update cycle for the SkyTrak version 5 software, and they can really work out some of these major ones here in a quick hurry. I want to thank you guys again for watching the video today. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.